I will introduce myself first. So I'm Ludovic Arnoux. I'm the regional WASH coordinator for Asia Pacific region. And I'm normally based in Kuala Lumpur, but due to COVID restriction, I'm based now in Laos for the time being. And I'm co-chairing the Cash and WASH technical working group with Deborah. Deborah, what to you?
Thank you, Ludovic. My name is Deborah Bonucci. I'm the WASH advisor and working for British Red Cross. And since last year, I joined the technical working group and coordinating with Ludovic the activity of the group.
So please, if you want, you can open for a few seconds your video, and you need to unmute yourself as well to present yourself. So please, if Chayo, I can see Chayo is in the call.
So, sorry, I'm late. I am here. So I am the disaster manager at the National Society Malagasy Red Cross. It's how to say that? I'm not very well in English, but I try to understand what was here. But I'm very happy to attend this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will try again with Chayo Hong. Are you there? Can you hear us? Can you open your mic?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, sure.
Can you introduce yourself quickly?
Hello. Hello. I am from Malaysia region. I am the province care focal person, the CVA focal person for Malaysia region Sarawak chapter. Yeah.
Thank you. The next on the list, Michael.
Yes, I'm here. Michael Kobia.
Yes, can you introduce yourself?
Where are you morning, from? Everyone. My name is Michael. Let me put the video for the sake. So my name is Michael Kobia. I'm the WASH manager, Kenya Red Cross.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
Next is Lyle Augustine.
My name is Leo. I'm a volunteer within the Nigerian Red Cross Society, and also a WASH enthusiast. I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Britt, back to you.
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Britt. I'm based in Nairobi and I'm the regional knowledge manager for the Water and Habitat Department. I've been working, I think, for the ICRC for about 8 years now. And before I worked for the National Society and the Federation. So very nice to join you.
Thank you, Britt. Sergey Edbach. Okay, maybe we move to Frederick or Rimba.
Hi everyone. I'm Frederick Orimba from Kenya Red Cross, the focal point for cash and voucher assistance. But I'm attending this meeting from Turkey, where I am for a mission. Thank you.
Thank you. Sylvester, are you there?
Hello, hi everyone.
Yes.
I'm Sylvester Bett. I'm the regional WASH delegate for East Africa, working with the Austrian Red Cross based in Uganda. And I'm glad to be with you. Immediately before I was with the Kenya Red Cross, so I was part of the technical working group for the Kenya Red Cross, but now joining again from the Austrian Red Cross. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Echo Prasetio. Can you introduce yourself, Echo? You need to unmute yourself.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Nice to meet you.
Okay, thanks, Echo. Agung.
Yes, hello, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Agung. I foresee was senior officer from Jakarta, Counter Cluster Delegation for Indonesia and Timor-Leste. Nice to meet you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And I think I don't see Clara in the call. Clara, are you there? Not seeing. And then we finish with Annika.
Hello, everyone. My name is Annika, and I work for the Netherlands Red Cross. And I've just returned from the Caribbean region where we run a large COVID response cash operation, and where I was working as the relief and cash information manager. Nice to meet you.
Thank you very much. So now I will leave the floor to Deborah that will present you the term of reference of the Cash and WASH Technical Working Group. Over to you, Deborah.
Thanks, Ludovic.
Yes, perfect.
Okay, great. Okay, we established the Cash and WASH Technical Working Group last year, and the first things that we developed is the term of reference. And okay, this was a document that was developed at the beginning when we established the technical working group, and obviously many things change. We are increasing the membership, so one of the things that we will have to do in the coming months is reviewing the term of reference, particularly governance and the way that is structured. But I will provide you a brief overview. Okay, you can see my screen now. We are in the group priorities. You should have received this document with attachment in the email. And at the beginning last year, when we start to have the initial meeting, monthly meeting, we start to think about what could have been the priority of the group. So following the initial consultation with the member, the initial feedback, and we identified 3 work streams. The work stream 1 is based on gathering knowledge and sharing knowledge, and on existing material, technical guidance related to Cash and WASH, and how better we could disseminate this, and also finding evidence or best practice on what works and effectiveness of using cash to support WASH outcome. Then we identified another work stream that was guidelines and training program, both development new guidance, but as well reviewing existing guidance within the Red Cross movement and outside the Red Cross, like the Global WASH Cluster and other organizations, as is important to disseminate and provide the opportunity on accessing technical guidance, for example, market assessment or training on Cash and WASH. Obviously, we were aware and we are aware that the existing document will need to be adapted to the Red Cross context. Then the third work stream was implementation and partnership, so advocacy and leadership to support cash voucher assistance for WASH implementation, but as well developing relationship within existing cash technical working group. We have a quarterly meeting with the cash peer technical working group, where other sectorial technical working group as well attend. And this is where, like, short-term action, we have more medium-term and long-term action, but will be reviewed during the next phase. The group methodology, we identified 3 phases to be developed and implemented over the next 4 years. The first phase ended in March, April this year, and was from October last year. So development of the term of reference, development 3-4 pages document on WASH, what does WASH and CVA mean, and Ludovic share with you this document. Then we were meant to reach out to national society with a survey in order to get more understanding on what other national society are doing, what is their setup on, and what are the other cash working group, and as well to gather information on what is the need in terms from national society colleague in terms of support for Cash and WASH. And as well, we have been implementing a mapping exercise to gather information of national society that have already utilized cash to support WASH outcome in order to have an overview, regional overview, what are the national society, what are the program. And this will be follow up with the development of case study. Then we have phase 2 that is from April this year until the end of the year, and will be mainly focused on strengthening the technical working group, but as well development of a roadmap. We have set up and prepare a methodology is a step-by-step methodology composed of 3 parts for the development of the roadmap, and this exercise will be starting in September, where we will utilize a session or during the monthly technical working group, or we will identify the specific day to develop in a participatory way and in consultation with the member, the roadmap development. And the roadmap will be a multi-year rolling plan with activity objective for the next 3-4 years. And this will generate action plan that will be monitored with a monitoring and evaluation tools. So we will be sure that the objective, the activity that we set will be monitored, and we'll make progress. Once again, we will do towards the end of the year another survey to check changes with the national society, and then learning from our colleague in the Red Cross their needs, and so that we can tweak and change also as well. This information will inform as well the roadmap development. So the output is the roadmap, and then we will be allocating tasks and timelines. At the moment, we have 3 main working groups. As one implemented and prepared the webinar. Another one, as I say, is working on the survey. And another working group is working on the mapping of activity of the national society. Obviously, now with more members, we will have more opportunity to identify the activity and organize different working group. Then the phase 3 will be towards the end, starting toward the end of next year, and for the next 3 years, and it will be the implementation of the action plan of the roadmap. And obviously, this will be reviewed on a regular basis to make sure that it's fit for purpose. Okay, in terms of the membership, the membership is of the technical working group. It's included specialists on cash and WASH assistance, market-based programming, and specialists on WASH that have an interest, and they are committed to contribute to the activity of the working group. At the moment, as Ludovic said, we have 2 co-chairs, and they are the focal point for the group. They're organizing the monthly meeting, and we have relationship within the Red Cross movement and with the other technical working group. And as well external engagement with the Global WASH cluster, as they have their own technical working group. So we make sure that any update in the technical guidance, in the training, it's streamlined and the members are informed properly. Then the working modality, we expect that each member can dedicate some time to the technical working group activity as part of the work plan and attending the monthly meeting. There is a minimum expectation of engagement of each of the members of the technical working group, and we will be requesting, for example, joining the monthly meeting and contributing to the technical working group. We identified it as a minimum 1 day per month, the minimum commitment. And in case a member cannot attend for whatever reason, we thought that missing, for example, 3 meetings in a row, or not active participation on the working group, or for example, reviewing document, providing feedback, will result in a removal of the membership as an inactive member. We want to create an environment and way of working where everyone is encouraged to contribute and participating on the activity. You all have received the term of reference. As we say, we are going to review the term of reference, particularly the governance, because we are planning to increase the activity. There are new members, and this will be one of the activity during one of the next monthly meeting. Now over to you, Ludovic, for going through the website.
Thanks, Deborah. So before that, we open the floor for any question from your side. I know you received the term of reference, but maybe there is things still not clear, not complete. So feel free, if you have a question, just to unmute yourself and ask the question, or if you want, you can put the question in the chat box as well.
Yes.
Please.
So my question here is that at the moment I can see we are still putting systems in place for the coordination, but at this moment or at this time, can somebody access technical support in conducting a WASH market assessment training, maybe virtually, some kind of technical support virtually, maybe some guidance to enable someone carry out such kind of a training. Do we have such capacities as yet now?
Yeah. Please, Deborah.
Yeah, no, thanks a lot for your question. We at the moment we do not have a training developed, but as I say, we are engaging with the Global WASH cluster, and as part of their training, they have a face-to-face, and now because of the situation of the COVID, they transfer on a online training of the market-based programming for emergency WASH. And we are in discussion with the team that led the implementation and the development of the training to adapt this training for the Red Cross. Is one of the objectives that we are aiming by the end of the year to review this existing program, adapting for the Red Cross and make it available. We are aiming for November, December, but obviously we still need to start working on it. So the aim is to adapt this existing training, the market-based programming for emergency WASH, and make it available and rolling out within the Red Cross. We need to identify the scenario, case study for the Red Cross movement, but it's one of the priority of the group. Thanks.
The reason why I'm asking this is because at Kenya Red Cross, we have a program where we need to conduct some training in WASH market assessment to the WASH practitioners in one of the counties, and cascade the learning to the whole country and even regionally, and even share globally. So if the group begins the work, I would be happy to have. I have some knowledge in doing some market assessment tools within the Red Cross movement, like the RAM, and a little understanding around the PCMA. But then I would want some support in developing a scenario, for example, and then based on the scenario, then we can use the tools within the RAM, to do this. And this can be a good opportunity to pilot some of those tools being developed by the group as we customize the global tools and give feedback.
To answer to this, we just have a recent pre-crisis market assessment training and experience in Nepal. So I think the best is to connect you to the Nepal, and it was also supported by Austrian Red Cross, and Alexander was a lot involved in that. So I think it's what we can do at this stage is putting you in contact. We know also some people that are able to do such work. I mean, consultant, but the offer is not yet available from the technical working group.
Sorry.
Thank you so much, Ludovic and Deborah. I think this project we are doing Austrian Red Cross and Kenya Red Cross, and we are also Alex is also supporting us in this. But I think this would contribute a lot into the knowledge of the technical working group. Actually, the intention is to conduct the market assessment in early September. So I would encourage Ludovic and Deborah to get in touch with Frederick and ourselves, and then we can have further conversations around this market. And as Frederick says, we could actually use the outcomes of this to enrich the knowledge of this technical working group. Thank you.
Thank you, Beth. So if no other question, as you can see on the screen, I have put the technical working group website. So it's a website that we're providing a lot of information of what we are doing, but also where you can find also useful document to answer such question, like the one we have on the pre-crisis market assessment. So I will go very quickly through the website. What you should know, it's an open website, so it's not restricted to the members. And it's a very good website to share with all your colleagues from National Society if they are interested to know what we are doing and to even get knowledge on Cash and WASH. So the homepage, often you have the latest news. So the latest news is we do have now a dedicated page on Cash Hub. So where we have now the Cash and WASH page. And the idea is, like in the future, if we have the case study from Kenya, we can include it as well on this one. You will find all the documentation that is developed. So for example, on the screen, you can see the 3 documents. So I share with you the one in English version, but if you are interested in the French version, for example, you can find it here, or the Arabic, and recently we have also added the Spanish version. Then you have also the other document that was shared with you, the What Does Cash Mean for WASH Outcome, where it's already available in French, English, Arabic, and Spanish soon. The Arabic version is not yet finalized with the designer, but you can have access anyway. Then the second part is all about technical working group. So I think you know a bit of this one because you have applied for your membership here. And so it's where you can apply because we don't have dedicated email for the working group. So if you know other people, if you promote the work of the working group, you can ask them also to come here to apply. And on this page, you will see also the current member on the group. So meaning that in the before next meeting, so next meeting normally it's not normally, it's next week on the 8th. It will be great if you can share with me one of your ID photo and your bio if you want to be on the site. I will understand if you don't want to have it on the site. So it's up to you to decide it. But if you want to be there, please send me one ID photo and a short bio. Then about the technical working group, this one is the one we use it to explain why we are there, who can join, what we are doing, and how is it working. And I think Deborah is playing very well to you. Then we have also, you have access as you are a new member on the next meeting on 8 July. So it's the page where you will find the agenda. So we don't send necessarily the agenda beforehand. You will just receive the invitation and the agenda will be there. And on the same page, you will have access to all the past minutes. So you can access one by one, or you can have access to all of them in one click. Then the last one is for some of you, for most of you, you have joined the webinar we did in March and April. So we have 2 recordings. So the recording for the 2 webinar in English, and so I would say you don't need to look at the 2 webinar because they are for 80% the same, except the question asked by the participant. And then you have also a French version at the bottom. We didn't do any version we didn't do any webinar in English or sorry, in Spanish or Arabic. So this one is more internal information. Then you have the next part is all resources. So you have access to reference document for the cash and voucher assistance. So, and then reference document for related to WASH especially. So some of these documents are also in the What Does Cash Mean for WASH Outcome, you might recognize this document like the guidance on market-based programming from the Global WASH Cluster, the cash for latrine from UNHCR, or the cash-based intervention for WASH programs in refugee setting from UNHCR as well. Then you have also all the document produced by the Global WASH Cluster on different evidence and the different sub-thematic on WASH. Then also, we listed the different websites where you can find more information. So there is the website from the Red Cross movement, like the Cash in Emergency Toolkit. We have also the Cash Hub, and now we do have a dedicated Cash and WASH page. You have also the CALP, so Cash Learning Partnership. So we are linking all information that are relevant to Cash and WASH. So it's not necessarily all, but really relevant to Cash and WASH. And we have also the page on the cash and market in the WASH sector from the Global WASH Cluster. The next one is about existing training. So there is already a range of existing training. So if you need also support, for markets, so you have cash and voucher assistance, the fundamentals. Then on the IFRC learning platform, you have quite different training, the cash in emergency, introduction to cash transfer programming, cash assistance through financial service providers, market assessment, introduction. So it can be interesting for you if you plan to do one. And then you have also rapid assessment for market as online course. And it's the one from the Global WASH Cluster, which is the market-based programming for WASH in emergency. And this is the one Deborah mentioned. We will work on it to adapt for Red Cross context. Then this one, not necessarily up to date, to be honest. So this is the upcoming events when there is a webinar, internal webinar, like from the Red Cross, but also outside webinar. So the last one, we believe it was interesting, was this one. And we might also, in some cases, put the recording of the webinar. So like that, you can have a look when you are free if you were not able to join the webinar. And the last part is on progress, I would say, is the market assessment experience from Nepal Red Cross. That was done earlier last month. So we have done an initial debriefing, and we are expecting the full report and the summary report coming soon. And we also plan to have a webinar showing the final result maybe in July or beginning of August. The last part, I think, you know, also already maybe. So it's where you have the frequently asked question, where we have included also specific question to answer about the technical working group. If you are able to join, what would be, so exactly to repeat a bit, the time needed to spend to work with us, etc. And also I think there is a big question, like being observer. We are not looking for observer. We are looking for people interesting to work with us. Meaning that if you are not able to provide 1 day per month, maybe you don't need to continue to be in the technical working group, but for sure you will have access to all what we are developing, what we are working on through this website. So this is a way for us to say this website is ensuring you will have all information, and all information can be shared outside the working group. And then there is also a contact page. So it's a page where anyone can ask anything. So for example, your question before about needing a support, not being in the technical working group, you can put it, they can put it here, and after we can answer on the specific basis. Yeah, so that's a bit the presentation from the website. Any question from you? And if you have any question after the meeting, feel free to ask us directly by mail or through the contact form. It's the same. I know we are going a bit quickly because we need to talk also about other topic. So if no question, I will give the floor to Deborah for the next point about the technical working group channel.
Thanks, Ludovic. I will go briefly through the team channel. We have a team channel, and after the meeting, Ludovic will send you an invite, and is where I'll try to share my screen. Just give me one. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, great. Ludovic, after this meeting, he will invite you all to join the team space, and this is the channel for the Cash and WASH technical working group, where we mainly communicate. We provide invites, for example, for the monthly meeting. We share links to the meeting notes and the agenda, and any other update. For example, this is one of the last update, is one of the activity we share information and update externally and internally. This was one of the activity of the Global WASH cluster that is requesting support from a subject expert in WASH and cash market, for example, to provide feedback on reviewing on their online training. And then we is a way we communicate with the member. So instead of sending a lot of email, we communicate, and you will receive a notification in your inbox. Then we have a file structure. I will go very quickly through this, that then you will become familiar when you will be joining the meeting. We have a space where we save all the previous meeting. We have external coordination, and with for example, the Cash Peer technical working group, the Global WASH cluster, external document, and then we have a folder where we have all our output, the term of reference, the document, what does cash mean for WASH outcome, mapping exercise, the survey, all the document for the technical group website. As well, we have then, as I say, we have the internal working group. One is working on the roadmap development, and as I say, we will start in September, and this will be done on Miro board. Then we have the subgroup on mapping, and this is all the activity of the mapping is doing with a case study. And then the subgroup of survey. We utilize, and just give you an example, an Excel file with the action point after each meeting. We define an action point. Sorry, take a little bit of time to. Okay, sorry, to upload, but this is after each of the meeting with identified action point, and we assign.
Can you move to the left? I think you are too much on the right. So.
Oh,
yes.
okay, great. I thought it was loading. Thank you, Ludovic. So this after each meeting, we have we assign to colleague the action point to follow up, and we have assigned date, due date, and then the progress. And this is a way that we can keep track of the activity and make sure that we don't forget to follow up and accomplish this. And then at every monthly meeting with we review this document. Then last document that I would like to show you is the project timeline. This is an initial document. Obviously, this will be a review once we develop the roadmap, we identify the activity, but is initial way that we would like to utilize to start planning the activity for the different phase, and then is a way that we can see the task, what need to be delivered, what are the people, the member of the technical working group that are assigned to this particular task or group activity, and then the implementation is a sort like a mini project that each of the working group is following. So this is important for the member of the technical working group, for them to keep track, but as well the people that are directly involved, but also as well other members to check the advancement of other group activity. No other things from me. We will, for example, when we send out a survey, for example, we use the form for Teams, so it's quite useful and versatile tools for the team member to collaborate with the technical working group activity. I think it's that from my side. I don't know, Ludovic, if you would like to add something, or anyone has any question. Thanks.
So maybe just to clarify, the technical working group website, the one I presented, is public. So it's for everyone, and for the movement, outside the movement, so anyone can have access to it. The team channel that was presented by Deborah will be only for you on invitation. So we are not, so it's, you have seen where we're putting the working document, etc. So this one we are not sharing outside. So that's the big difference with the two websites, or the two different parts. Then for the invitation, you will not receive it today. You will receive it after the next meeting on the 8th of July, because we are migrating. Actually, we are migrating from the Teams channel from British Red Cross to the team channel from IFRC. So we want to do it in one time, also for the old members, because we took this decision having now more than 20 members. So we will change that, and you will receive the information after the next week meeting. No question, it seems. Feel free to open the microphone and directly ask your question. And even if it's a question about what we present before, the term of reference or the website. Okay, so the last part is a bit what are the next steps? So as you have seen, we are in the beginning of the roadmap development, and following the survey, following the mapping exercise, we are really happy to have you on board as new member. So initially we were 11 members, and with all of you we reach around 25%, which is good as well. Is we have more national society from Asia Pacific, from Africa. Still missing from Middle East and from Americas, but maybe it's linked to the language issue, I don't know. But that's good to have all of you there. The next step, because of this increase of members, we will have to review the structure, but it will not change radically the way we work. We will continue to work with subgroup work, meaning that we identify that working per subgroup, 3 to 4 persons, make the work much efficient, and we are going faster. So when we will develop the roadmap, we will identify the subgroup, and you can apply later on to the topic you like most or the topic of your interest. The next step is the roadmap development. So the roadmap development, the team is working now on the preparation of a workshop. So we don't know yet the duration, if we will do 2-3 workshops, because it will be a continuous exercise to ensure we are defining properly the work for this technical working group for the next 3 years. We have already a structure in place, but we know, and that's good, we are more people, because then more people means more brain, more ideas. And we will do that through a workshop, participative, active participation. Everyone will have the space to talk. I know this today, maybe you get bored with hearing me and Deborah, but in the workshop, we want to hear from you, from your experience, for what you think is better for your national society in your situation. And this will start in September. So on the short term, we will have the next meeting on the 8th of July. So you will receive an invitation. So for next week meeting, it's 2 hours. 2 hours meeting. And I think I share the agenda in the technical working group. And we will have another meeting on the 3rd, no, maybe the 5th of August, as we do have a monthly meeting every first Thursday every month. So I think, except if Deborah, you want to add, I would really like to open the floor for all your questions, and just to have now maybe you have better idea what we are doing, you have better idea what you can bring to this group. So feel free to ask any question or to give any feedback. We still have a couple of minutes before the end of the meeting. So I will leave the floor to you. Maybe I can ask someone I know because I work with him. So Agung, maybe you have a comment. So when you start to talk, maybe the colleagues will not be shy to talk.
Okay, thank you very much, Dovik. Yes, I'm being trapped with it again. Okay, no, a big comment, but again, this technical working group will be very interesting, at least for me, for my side, because I've been working from federations more than 10 years now in WASH sector, and as far as I see here, actually, at least in my working country, in Indonesia and Timor-Leste, WASH with cash and voucher assistant is still very rare to be conducted. So it is very interesting to see how in the future WASH and cash and voucher assistant will be utilized to run the program or the project in the community. So I'm looking forward to join with this technical working group and also to get more knowledge about WASH and cash voucher assistance. Thank you, Ludovic. Back to you.
Thank you, Agung. Anybody else want to share, comment, reflection?
Nothing much from myself, but I think I must say that we have come a long way from last year when we were doing the terms of reference. And I think I like the idea about the website. I think it provides a good link to a lot of the information and a linkage to a lot of the cash and wash sectors or parts of the same. So I'm hoping that we shall continue to work together and have some case studies and areas where we can be able to do trials and demonstrate, just as we have indicated also on our part as Austrian Red Cross and the Kenya Red Cross. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lion.
I was saying, as a platform offers an opportunity for learning and also sharing. And I think I'm very optimistic that with such a platform, then we are able to improve our work. It's an area that one can seek support and also additional learning to engage. So I'm happy to be here and I'm very optimistic.
Thank you very much. Britt, you have a yes.
Yeah, maybe it's not a burning question. Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be part of this. I just wanted to check with you. It's a bit related to previous question on trainings, because I know UNICEF and other NGOs, they are investing heavily now on WASH and cash. Is there any long-term idea or plan in the pipeline in regards to training for the movement?
Yes,
Thank
and
you.
I will leave Deborah to answer. Thank you, Britt.
Thanks, Britt. Yes, as we we are engaging with the Global WASH cluster, and this year myself and another colleague, another member of the technical working group, supported Save the Children in delivering the session of the market-based programming for emergency WASH training. Was the first time that they made it online. Previously was a 5 days residential training. So we are engaging with the Global WASH cluster and Save the Children. So the plan is to adapt this existing training for the Red Cross. We have access to the material, to the session, to the facilitator material as well. What we need to do is to develop specific scenario and specific case study and technical document adapted to the context of the Red Cross movement activity and program. As Beth was saying, Australia Red Cross at the moment is supporting Nepal Red Cross and Kenya Red Cross on pre-crisis market assessment. The output from this exercise, from this training, the idea is to utilize this information to create scenario for the training, and we aim by November, December to deliver the training for the first batch of participants, around 20 or 30. Obviously, this is a tentative plan. Hopefully, and finger crossed, everything is going well, and we will be able to deliver the training by the end of the year and starting the first rolling. Then obviously there will be the people that has been trained. Hopefully some of them will be part of a trainer for cascading then in their national society in the region, the training. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Deborah.
And as Ludovic said, there has been a lot of information now. Feel free to come back to us and contact directly for any question. There is Leo as a question.
Hello.
Maybe you can stop your video. Lyle, can you maybe stop your video so you can maybe get better connection? Thank you.
Okay, sir. So I said I didn't get the link to the website because I had issues with my network. That's when I went off. So can I get the link to the website? Thank you. That's just what I wanted.
Sorry, the link is in the chat box. Otherwise, I can send you by mail.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so I think it's time to close the meeting. So a warm welcome to all of you for joining the technical working group. Today, Deborah will forward you the invitation for next week meeting. So it will not be on the Teams, it will be on Zoom this time. Hope it will be okay with you. So until next week, and you have, as we repeat again and again, but we want really to ensure you are feeling very well with the group, and don't hesitate to come back with any question, and you can have the agenda of the next meeting in the technical website. Thanks, have a good day and stay safe.
Thanks everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you and bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.